Hi, Shay Lynch here, Other Monkey Business, creator of the Business Success Academy, director of Future State, where we give your business back its time. And welcome to another video of your future state in under 5 or thereabouts. I'm a little bit over all the time. But anyway, this is great content that I'm sharing with you so you can help take your business to the next level. Today's topic is about rinsing and repeating the right stuff. Standard work. How can you get standard work in your business to make sure everyone is doing the right things the right way to get the same results, to get the right results? So what is it all about? Well, I want to share a quote with you first of all by Aristotle. And who knew that Aristotle knew that I was going to use his quotation for something in business? Because there's a great line. It's not just relevant here, it's relevant everywhere. We are what we repeatedly do. So excellence then is not an act, but a habit. I think that's so relevant because everything in your business, if you want to get business excellence, if you want to achieve that, everything has to be repeatable and executed the same way to get the same predictable results so you can predict success in your business. Fundamentally, I'm a systems expert. I'm a manufacturing engineer by trade. I understand processes, but I believe processes are very important, not just in manufacturing environment, but in fact I think they're more important in every other aspect of business, because with manufacturing you've got constraints, only so many things go wrong. But when you're just talking about information flow and people involved in process and people processes, you need to make sure they're all aligned, because again, people like to do good work. They keep their head down because they want to get home to their families, so they do what they do themselves. Sometimes they forget they're not a part of a chain, or they are a part of a chain. They're working silo. You want to make sure that all the links are delivering, and whatever I do or what you do is going to improve on what the person is going to do next in the process. Because what you do has consequence, so it has to be linked, and it has to be a formal link to get the best results. And this is where standard work comes in. Standard work is about understanding what is the current best method of doing a process, whether it's a sales process, operations, finance. How can you make sure that you're doing it the right way all the time? And when you've created the standard work, you make sure everyone is trained on it. And as I said, it's not just for operations. The best places are in information flow and sales. Even when you're inducting people, when you're bringing a new salesperson in, you don't just put them out to the wind and expect results, and then when they didn't achieve their targets, you're going to blame them. You want to train them before blame them at the very least. So when they come in, you induct them and you teach them your way about sales. This is what you do to get the results in our business. You train them how to do sales your way, and you do that by using the current best method, which is your standard work. It is brilliant, and there's so many other benefits to standard work. When people are out missing for holidays or they're on sick leave, you can cross-train people, so there's always cover, so performance doesn't dip. And it's a great way of making sure that you make sure everything gets done as it should do all the time, no matter what circumstances. It reduces variability, it brings predictability into your business. And once you know what the current best standard is, and going back to our KPIs, you measure them, then how can I improve on it? How can I improve on the current standard? And then you make new, or you revise your current standard work to make sure it's improved all the time. So how do you do this? How do you develop standard work in your business? Well, the first process is, where do I start? What process do I need to make sure that are right? And you start with the ones that are critical to your process, critical to your clients, and critical to quality. Start with them. They are the ones that need to be absolutely right all the time. So start with them. Now once you've done that, you build a process map. You find what are the links in the chain. And it's a great exercise for bringing people involved so they know that what they do has a consequence for good or bad downstream. So it's a great way of building teamwork as well. So get them to understand what the process looks like on a process map, on a wall. It's very simple. And then once you've done that, then you review the data to make sure it's accurate. Make sure everyone's aligned, that they agree with that. Because sometimes they may not agree. They may have different ways of doing it, because certain people may do things differently. It's about getting alignment and getting to collaborate and agree on one way of doing it. And that is the right way. And that is taking the best of other people's ways of doing them. And once you've done that, then you draft your first revision. It's a draft copy. Make it a simple guide, bullet points where people can misinterpret it. There's no ambiguity, just simple 5 or 6 steps, whatever it is, that no matter who reads it, will read it right. And I call that the stranger story. So if a stranger read it, they would understand. And then once you've done that, once you've created the draft, then you pilot it. You make sure that it actually works. What you think is right actually works in practicality, because sometimes that doesn't happen. And when that happens, all you need to do is simply tweak it. Make sure that the proper stakeholders involved in the process are actually designing it. More often than not, you have engineers or someone else not involved designing them and they don't make sense. Make sure it makes sense and it works, because when it works, it will build predictability, and when you get people working to it, it will bring standard success into your business, and that standard success you can scale. And once you've piloted, then you create revision 1, and you don't stop there. You make sure everyone who's involved or working that process is trained in it. It is very simple and very, very effective, and it's actually very important when you've done a lot of problem solving in your business, and when you've got to the problem, you've solved it, you create a piece of standard work to make sure people know how to do it going forward. So that's it, over to you. What are you gonna do today to make sure you've got standard work in your business, you've got people in your business working the right way, doing the right things the right way, all the time, the same way, everyone doing the same things the same way to get standard, repeatable success. Start today, build a little system, get people involved. And this is Shay Lynch saying thank you for your time, wishing you every success. And if you want to learn more about what Future State can do for your business, please click on the link below.